Hi, you guys. How are you? Good, I hope, because I am. So, for you all that don't know, I have four boys, and I'm from the ghetto. But motherhood is the most mentally draining hood I've been in. Okay, motherhood will test you in ways you've never been tested. My husband had a son when I met him, so being with him, I was instantly a mom. Like literally, this little boy was trying to call me mother before me and my husband even decided that we were a couple. Then I had three boys. And this middle boy, I'm going to have so much growth, personal growth, emotional growth, and patience because of him. He in the second grade. And so he is just now getting spelling tests with the school that he goes to. You have to figure out how your children learn. So I work afternoon, so I'm not home with them typically. But today we woke up late and I just decided, y'all not going to school. They didn't want to go, y'all not going. We get to stay home. But just because y'all get to go stay home don't mean y'all ain't doing nothing. They are mandated to read one book a day and watch a video that can help them learn about Islam more. But now my second grader, he has his first spelling test coming up next week. And he got his list of words. So we were studying them. My initial instruction to my husband was to have him write each word 5 times. That wasn't working for him. They wasn't even getting through the whole list because he got 13 words. They hadn't even got through the whole list since he got the list. Because my son gets frustrated easily. If he is not learning it, he just don't like, his attention span is not long, and I think that if he not getting it, it frustrates him and he don't want to continue. So, but I didn't know none of this because like that he hadn't got through the words or anything until today when he was at home, because of course since you home we about to study this list. So while I was making a breakfast, he was writing the words. So I came to check on him to see how he was doing with this list. He was not doing very well. And so I'm like, he told me what my dad had me writing only 4 times, and I had only wrote these words. And I'm looking like, that's not even the instructions I gave. Okay, whatever. I flipped to a new page. I said, start over, do this. He started crying. I was like, what are you crying for? He's like, I don't know. I said, but you do know. You crying. You have to know why you're crying. Like, what are you feeling? Why are you crying? This little boy pulled my heart out of my chest, balled it up, threw it on the floor, and stomped on it. Because what he told me was, I don't feel loved. I just felt so many emotions at one time. Instead of responding, I told him, you're overwhelmed. Go to your room and lay down. Relax. Because he was crying, like, very hard. I finished making breakfast because I had to gather my own thoughts. After I gathered my thoughts, I went to his room. I sat on the floor while he sat on his bed. And I asked him again. Well, not again, because once he told me he didn't feel loved, then I had to ask him, why don't you feel loved? And so he told me because I was being mean to him, because I was making him write his words, that his dad was doing it differently than me, and that what I was doing was mean. And so me being mean made him feel unloved. I was glad that was the answer, baby, because I'm just like, what? So he told me that. I said, I'm doing my job. My job is to make sure you do your job. So if I have to be the mean parent to make sure that you know how to do your work, I'll be that. But I definitely love you. That is love that's making me make you do your work. If I didn't love you, I will let you do whatever. I said, do you want to be dumb? No. Do you want to be stupid? No. Do you want to get bad grades? No. Okay, so since you don't, you have to do these things. My older son, I use different tactics with him. That first child having, you feel like you like the greatest parent because they just, well, mine is like me. So it was easy for me to understand him and get him to do the things I needed him to do. He was quick to pick up stuff. That middle baby was not the same. No kid is the same, and we know kids aren't the same. If you're a sibling, you know that you're not like your sibling, but when you become a parent, I think you forget all that, and you want your kids to be the same, but they're not. So it's like each child got their own parenting style. Each child has their own learning style, and with them being individuals, I have to pull from myself to find what works. So after we spoke about it, I said we about to get back to these words. What I did know about him was initially when he was going to school and I was teaching him how to spell his name, we didn't write it. We spoke it. And so I said, that's what we're about to do with his spelling words. So I sat with him and we said, first of all, I had him read the list to me to make sure he knew how to read the words, and he did. So then we read the first word and we said the letters and I sang the letters to him and then had him repeat it back to me. We got 4 words down so far. I stopped at 4 words because I didn't want to keep him there for a long time and drill him. Which that part I got from my husband because his attention span is not long. So I took that from my husband to not do every word at one time. But for myself, we say them out loud in a rhythm and he repeats it multiple times. He got the 4 words. And I know he got the 4 words because when I was leaving for work, he was outside playing with his friend. And when he told me back, I said the words to him and he spelled them for me. And this was hours later. But I say this to say, this little boy is going to make me the best person I can be. Okay, because he challenges me the most in every capacity of motherhood. Patience, understanding, listening, slowing down and just hearing him and his feelings and having to rethink what to do about what he is saying to me. Since I'm human and I love him so much, when he speaks to me, it feels like daggers when he's saying I'm doing something wrong. And so I had to learn to not say anything once he tells me how he feels because he's a little person. And I had to figure it out. So I figured it out. And I feel like we got to win today. Don't give up on your motherhood. You got this. God gave it to you for a reason. And you can do it. Have a good day.